Good evening, Awoken, and welcome back to another special live stream of Awoken with Aulden. Tonight's episode, we are covering President Trump's most consequential State of the Union address. For sure, absolutely. This is at a time the president is cornered politically. His numbers are declining in terms of both the general population and the left, and the right, for that matter. We see the Epstein file scandal collapse and crumble. Pam Bondi at the hearing last week when she faced questions from Thomas Massie. So we're going to be the president is at a big time fork in the road when it comes to this address right now. We are about 8.5 to 9 months away from the 2026 midterms, where the Republicans at this rate might lose their majority by the midterms, because we're going to read a story tonight if we have time. But if you're going to join us tomorrow for Awoken Wednesday, I have my friend Nathan. He's going to come on the stream, and we are going to be talking about the Texas elections come the 2026 midterms, with Tony Gonzalez allegedly being in some kind of affair with a staffer, leading some text messages have been released the last couple of days that have indicated that she committed suicide about around a year later. Not a good look for the congressman. If he had to resign, that means the Republicans can only lose one vote. And when you have Thomas Massie in the House, that vote is never guaranteed. So the Republicans, this is a very important time in U.S. politics and GOP politics and in politics in general in the United States. So I hope you join me tomorrow. I'll read a couple comments that we already have. At Fred TM-E9F, good evening. And at Ronwin Nance, ready for a great show. Welcome to the both of you. Thank you for being awoken and joining the Awoken for tonight's stream. We have a very important conversation to get to you this evening. Thank you for joining and becoming a part of the Awoken. If it's your first time on the live stream, I would love if you subscribed to the YouTube channel, if you hit the like button, shared this episode or any of my episodes with friends of yours that you believe that need to become awoken that haven't yet. Share it with your grandma, the person that cuts your hair, your grandpa, mother, father, brother, sister, anybody in your life that could become awoken in your personal view. We are looking to grow the channel each and every day, brick by brick, and day by day. So thank you for tuning into tonight's stream. I deeply appreciate your support, and you are a part of something incredibly welcome and special. Okay. We got at Fabio.1 liked and subbed. That's a phenomenal way to start the stream. Thank you very much, at Fabio.1. I appreciate your support and your commitment to the Awoken. I think I remember you from this morning. We So if you were not here for this morning, we had a stream where I was at the United States Capitol, and the I was able to present to you and show you images of the Capitol Dome, the U.S. Capitol building, the the Russell Senate building, the Cannon House building, and other important government buildings. So I'm very appreciative um, of your support. Thank you. And we got, and I'll show this comment on the stage as well at Fabio.1. Yes, I was here this morning. Thank you for being a returner, a return viewer. This is what the Awoken is all about. We are building something that is. Uh, Here's my main thing: is that nowadays, life you have, um, you go to work, you have the weekends, and life moves on. But I want this to become something during the week, and even for your life, to where you see me, you see my commentary, and you're like, wow, this is something that I can look forward to. I want to build something incredibly special. So I'm very appreciative of your support. And we got a question from, I'll show the comment from at Nicholas Alexander 940. What will he talk about? Well, I'm not sure if you guys have seen uh, the bingo board I released on the community stream tonight on YouTube. There's going to be a good chunk about foreign policy. There should be a good chunk about the economic conditions, at least what the admin wants to push, and in my view, at least. You also have additional domestic priorities, such as maybe he's going to want to push the National Guard or ICE deployments or other methods of securing major cities within the United States. So that, I think that's going to be the main thing. Um, he's going to definitely mention Maduro for sure. He's going to want to gloat about Nicholas's um, capture and being kidnapped. So we are going to, um, yeah, I would take that for sure. Okay, we have a, here I'll pin this comment, at Beth dash B4J8Z. Good evening, Beth. Thank you for tuning in to the stream tonight. I'm, my gratitude is expressed towards your viewership and everybody's viewership right now. I'm incredibly appreciative of your support. Okay, so now that we are about 8.5 minutes in, I would like to, if you're new to the live stream, if you're new to the YouTube channel, if you're listening to this the next day on Spotify or Twitch or Rumble or any other platform, I would love to remind you to subscribe to the channel. It's at Awoken with Aulden. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, X, Instagram, Facebook. Then I believe Rumble and Spotify. We're on 7 different channels. Here, I'll actually do this real quick. So I got 2 Band-Aids on my right hand. However, we're on seven different platforms. I would love to have you become awoken on all 7. But if you had to choose one, I would absolutely prefer the YouTube channel. As of this morning, we gained 13 subscribers just this morning alone. And we are building the YouTube channel brick by brick and day by day in real time. Additionally, the next big goal is 500 YouTube subscribers. That way I could potentially start taking the next step towards where this channel progresses. So, if you know a family member, coworker, somebody that you commute with on a daily basis, please send the information to them. That way, the Awoken can continue to progress and build and enlarge in real time. So, but as of tonight, we are the President of the United States is delivering his most consequential State of the Union and up to date. It's big for several reasons because you have a lot of there's a lot of consequence politically, in the sense that his numbers have been declining the past really 10, 11 months in particular. It's you could say it started out stronger than usual. However, the rubber meets the road at a certain point, so there is always a little risk there for sure. Okay, we got another question from at Nicholas Alexander 940. Are you going to be streaming the State of the Union? We're going to pin that comment. And yes, as of now, at least on the official White House YouTube page, it's not started. Okay, it has just recently started. So actually, right now, we're going to be streaming this. I'm going to share my screen with y'all, and we will, we're going to check out the State of the Union from the President. Let's make sure this gets properly added. Great. Let me know if you guys can't hear it or if there's anything kind of screwed up with it. Might be kind of slow, but we'll try to pull out it. So, let's see if I can get the.
When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
So we get a new comment from Ask the Swede, is urging for the military strikes against Iran. Let us know in the comment what you feel about that Swifter Sweep's opinion.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again. 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
We're already seeing a big.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain
They're almost
our
inserting their media priorities. This is the State of the Union is always a planned address and speech. But
the flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born.
Perhaps not
a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago.
He is
the Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
And Swiffer C, I'm not a cop. How am I going to arrest you? Unless you're part of the FBI.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states, under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Or to weaken the IRGC top personnel. That's about it. Unless if you're
mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling
the
fast,
Revolutionary
and the annual
Guard,
cost of a typical new mortgage is down
then
almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year.
At Chucky P67.
And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem while at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both.
Let's put Chucky P's comments at the
And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. The hottest.
Right now. We got a couple of comments. At Brad Harrell-R4T, bunch of America flag emojis with firework
As
emojis.
Thousands of new businesses are forming,
G-Money
factories, plants, and laboratories are being
2024.
built. We have added
Trump,
70,000 new
Lily,
construction jobs in just a very short period of time.
1082 Aulden, I love you, in all
Nobody can
caps,
believe what they're watching.
with a bunch of
American
wolf
oil
emojis.
production is up by more
Then
than
we got
600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil. American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
Aulden, I love you. That's a deeply inspiring comment right there.
More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector. We ended DEI in America. We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
We got that Lily 1082.
And for all of these reasons,
Pierce
I say
hi.
tonight, members of
Pierce,
Congress,
thank you
the
for
state
tuning into
of
the
our
stream
union
tonight,
is strong.
becoming awoken to the presence of this phenomenal YouTube channel.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Okay, perfect. All right, so if you're following the bingo card, you just hit the square with the gentleman missing a tooth about right here. So, yeah, make sure that you're following the bingo card. We got at Swifter Sweep a gay flag emoji.
That's the first time I've ever
Not
seen them
endorsing
get up.
that at all.
And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House. They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I'd never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
Alrighty, great. Okay, so now here's trying to, the admin and Trump, he understands he needs more support within the culture of the American public, right? And his hockey victory is an incredible
Think of it, 46
insurgency
shots
and
on goal,
circumstance
and
for
I
that
asked
to
him,
occur.
the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. You practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Whoa. That's kind of significant. That is usually reserved for people that that maybe had lifelong careers in something, or have
Great
enough
athletes
of
have gotten
saving
that very
lives.
great, the best.
And I'm not trying to
I thought
doubt
he deserved
this
it. And I did take a
individual that
vote,
was
every
just granted
single one
this
of them.
award,
I said,
but
I'm not
that's,
giving it. Anybody goes
it
no.
is
And
quite
every single
significant.
one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What
Also,
special
if
champions
you
you
are
are. Thank
new,
you very much.
If you're new to the live stream, please consider subscribing to the channel, as I host these live streams every Tuesday and Wednesday evening. I also do spontaneous live streams across Washington, D.C. as well, where I'm covering protests and mainly on the street interviews.
I'm also
please
pleased to
subscribe
say that the
for more
next time
coverage
the
in the
Olympic
future.
torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
A little counter to that, one of my neighbors got shot
And
like
this year,
3 months ago
and I must say I got them both.
on the same
got 'em
street
in
I
the
live
first
on.
term.
So
And I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd
that's
be
something
the
that you need
president
to
when
become
this happened.
awoken to, and something
Strange
I can
things
help
took place, and now
introduce
I've
you
got
to
them
that.
because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. but we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news. So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
Whoa, the centennial. Big man able to stand up on his own. There we go. That's pretty cool right there. Thank you for your service. That's quite cool, for real.
So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas, one of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one? As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
That was a quite tragic event last year that the president mentioned. So, and you probably remember the video, incredibly quick and colossal.
People watched Scott from a
unhuman.
distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
Congratulations to Scott and Millie Kate for their announcement. Okay, we got a bunch of anti-American comments from @Swiftsweep here. We got the gay flag emoji.
And Petty Officer
we got
Ruskin,
the tranny emoji.
I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you
we got
the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was,
we have
extraordinary
the,
heroism. Thank you.
emoji of our greatest ally. Okay, we have this guy.
And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down.
Being promoted
take care of this
next to the
service,
World War
military
II
aid. Thank you very
veteran
much.
who's about to turn 100.
Very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
Not really sure how that puts the average American.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary, massive tax cuts.
And you can't find the same political will to deport
They wanted
more than a couple thousand
large-scale
Somalians
tax
out of Minneapolis.
increases to hurt the people instead.
Oh,
But
wow,
we held
we're
strong,
about to
and with the
outwork
great,
in the next
big,
pause.
beautiful bill, we
Good
gave
one.
you no tax on tips,
At
no tax on
Jumanji,
overtime,
39,
and no tax
17.
on
Thank you,
Social
sir.
Security for our great seniors. And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America. Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan. Thank you.
We got at Megan. Not sure
Thank
who
you,
is
Megan.
Megan.
We're
There's
fighting
two
for you,
females
Megan.
standing up.
Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's
However,
brand new Trump
We got
accounts.
a new
And I didn't name it.
at Swifter. At Swifter.
I did not name that.
Did you see the Epstein file of Pete Buttigieg becoming intimate with?
Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting.
No
right
way
in the
that
third row.
happened. He's gay.
Good man.
He
Tax-free
He's married
investment
to a dude.
accounts
He's
for
not
every American
intimate with
child. This is
Sarah
something that's so
Huckabee
special and
Sanders.
has taken off and gone
I don't
through
think
the
that's
roof.
real. I think you're
Millions
trying to,
will be pre-funded courtesy of
That's
the U.S.
bait.
Treasury
That's
and
bunch of
private
baloney.
individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6,250 million to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children.
Here's another thing.
They're great people.
Isn't the Home Depot guy a big donor of the president? Why can't he donate a bunch of bricks and shovels and build the wall? This has been going on for a decade, and we still don't have a southern border wall.
You know, I asked Michael Dell, how
The
do
guy
you
from
make all
Home
that
Depot
money? He
needs
said,
to
"Well, I
donate
just sat
shovels,
in my dorm
cement, concrete,
and I made
and
computers
bricks,
and I'd sell them to
and
people.
build the wall.
And I just kept
Do it.
selling and selling and
I
selling.
feel like the clown for a
Pretty
minute.
amazing story.
Do
It's
it.
called the American
Build
Dream.
it.
He sold a lot of
Do it.
computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that, but I really thank him and Susan, as well as others
We're
like
gonna
Brad
move to
Gerstner, a
at Surfer
very
Sweep to be the feature
tremendous guy. He
comment.
was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad. So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov, trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis.
Better for
everything was
everybody?
Working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars.
I can turn them down.
They were
a little
ripping us so
more
badly.
if
You all know
needed.
that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth, and the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful countries saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Just a few big problems with that is you settled all these conflicts.
Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America. Because we finally have a president who puts America first. Put America first.
You have the largest Middle East deployment in the past 2 decades on the Persian Gulf right now, ready to, whether it's strikes against remaining nuclear capabilities for the Iranian regime, or missile defense capabilities and programs, or a decapitation strike against the regime itself. You have you're about to bomb Iran for the second time in your presidency. You already bombed them once last June, and you promised you wouldn't do it. And additionally, the tariffs. Again, we have at Swift or Sweep telling at Fred DM-E9F to shut up. We have a little brawl going on in the chat right now, so Tell me whose side you're on. Are you on Fred's side or Swift or Sweep's side? And support them in the comment section.
Full well that they caused and created.
However, I did see something that after that Supreme Court ruling, we'd have to refund the businesses and the corporations. At Fred at T-E9F, we already took out the nukes, right? That's what I was told by the Trump regime last June, is that the Iranian nuclear program was obliterated, no longer a threat to the U.S. population, and somehow less than 9 months later, you have these sand people that are rebuilding the nuclear program. So what am I supposed to believe at this point? That these people are geniuses and that they're set dead on killing America every day, to where the U.S. government would tell us that the nuclear program is obliterated permanently, or it wasn't obliterated and the program survived, or enough of the capability has remained to where we were either lied to, or the Iranian regime is stronger than we think. Either of those answers are incredibly dangerous. And that's what I thought too, Fred. I thought
tax cut. I'm also confronting.
I thought there was no more threat to the United States after this. I thought this was a one and done, a quick and easy, whatever bullcrap term the regime used to tell us. And now we're about to bomb them a second time. So I think it's a fair question, Fred. Thank you for the question. At Swift Tweet, when are they going to play YMCA?
And even 1,700%.
Probably at the end of the end of the speech.
That's why I introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost.
Man, something I'm seeing quickly is you're seeing Johnson and Vance elevate quickly up from their seats much faster than last year at this rate. It's seeming it's a calculated response.
Transparency, that's a big deal. Sounds so
just look at the president. This isn't the same 2016
and I did that
Trump.
in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing.
This just isn't the same deal anymore. This is, it's like Santa Claus. As I was saying on the stream this morning, eventually at a certain point it's like Santa Claus. You have to move on from it. We need something else that will put America first, truly. Right now, this is not, it's not going to take us to the promised land.
To do it, but they never could.
Sorry. I'm not going to stay silent on this. That's why I started the channel. That's why I started this stream. Through my experience in government at the local level and the federal level, it's worth me saying this right now. So you can take it for what it is.
The highest prices of any nation anywhere.
But that's why I started the channel. We need a class consciousness
will now pay the lowest price
to actually awaken the American people to where this two-party thing is a bunch of bull crap. So that's the basis for starting the channel. That's why I wear purple each and every night. It's not red or the blue. It's a class consciousness to advance an agenda that actually puts America first. That puts us first. That puts your family first. Your relatives, friends, coworkers, neighbors, community, country. Okay, at Swift or Sweet, when is Trump going to address the ongoing war in Is that
And here
an
tonight is the very
explicit
first
part
customer
for
ever to
Benjamin
get that big
Netanyahu's last
discount, and it
name?
is big.
Would you
Catherine
confirm
Rader.
that, please? I'm not
5
entirely
years she and her
sure.
husband have struggled with
That's my
infertility,
guess,
and they turned
but I'm
to
not sure if that's what you
IVF.
mean right now.
One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got
We're gonna
that
make
same
that the
drug
new
that cost
Panda Common,
$4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom.
There we go. Are you kidding me? I can't believe over
So now I'm calling
3/4 of
on
illegals get health
codify my
care,
most
free health care.
favored nation
Yeah, that's
program in the
ridiculous.
world. Now, the one thing I'm not sure matters because it's gonna be
That
very
needs to
hard for
stop
somebody
right
that
now.
comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway.
You know what? They're not going to do it
Many
because,
Americans are also concerned.
let's be honest, are the Republicans actually going to push voter ID in the Senate? Or are they going to do the standing filibuster? Probably
Tonight, I'm
not.
pleased to announce that
So
the
if they're not going to do that, they're not going to do
Payer
anything else.
Protection Pledge, you know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that
And
they
that's
have
what the dude in
obligation
the blue
to provide
tie
their own
to
colonies,
the
their own
right
power plants as part their
of Trump's right
tax
shoulder,
so that no one's
he needs to
prices will go
tell
up.
the president,
In many
do
cases,
this.
prices of electricity will
Why
go
should
down
we
for
expect
the community
anything to be
very
different
substantially down. This is a
if
unique
this
strategy
current
for
admin
using
continues at 28 or
We have an old
32
grid. It couldn't
or
handle
anything
the kind of
else?
numbers
It needs to
of
improve
electricity.
now. We have to have an
Build
ultimatum
their own
as the
plants
American
that
people.
produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time.
And why does
lowering
Vance have the
prices of
gavel?
electricity
That's
to
for
users.
Mike
It will be
Johnson.
very substantial.
That's not for
All
J.D.
the cities
Vance.
in
That's
town.
Mike Johnson's gavel.
We can
He's
see
the
some
Speaker
good
of the
things happen
House.
Over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under
Okay, we got a
attack
new
is
comment from
homeownership.
Jenny Harold. Good
With
evening.
us
Good
tonight
evening,
is
Jenny.
Rachel Wiggins, a
Thank you
mom
for
of two
joining the
from
stream this
Houston.
evening. Appreciate your
Placed bids on
attendance
20 homes and
and your
lost all of
support
those bids
to the
gigantic
Awoken
investment
community,
firms
as
that
always.
bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
So, if you've just joined the stream, just a little recap. We've seen the president discuss
And now I'm
some
asking
foreign
Congress
policies,
to
some
make
domestic
that ban
policy,
permanent because homes for people-
some home affordability issues, some
people,
economic
private
issues
corporations are doing just fine. Racel,
as well.
Thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
Additionally, some positive comments towards the USA men's hockey team
We're also working to
for
make
their
it
gold
easier
medal
for Americans
victory
to save
in
for
Italy
retirement. And under
last
this
Sunday morning.
administration, we will always protect Social
Especially if
Security
it's your-
and
if it's
Medicare.
your
They are
first
not
time,
protecting it for our seniors. We will always
Let me
protect.
fix it. If it's your first time on the live stream, would love if you subscribed to the channel and supported my content. That's the best way I can reach more of
Since I took
you
office,
each
the
Tuesday
typical
and
401k
Awoken
balance
Wednesday.
is up by at least
And
30,000.
join the comment section. We have at Swifter Sweep
Millions and millions of people.
pinned a
because
comment
the
right
stock
now.
market is
I
doing so
believe
well, setting all those
explicitive,
records. Your 401ks
an
are way
explicit
up.
comment
Yet half of all of working
with
Americans still
regarding
do not
the
have
Prime
access to a
Minister of
retirement
Israel.
plan with matching
However,
contributions from an employer.
join
To remedy
at
this
Swifter
gross
Sweep in the comment
disparity, I'm
section
announcing that next year
and
my
at Jenny
administration
Harrell
will offer
and join the
forgotten
party
American
below.
workers, great people,
Initially, if it's
people that
your
built
first
our
time on the
country.
live stream, please subscribe
Access to the same type of
and
retirement
like
plan
the
offered
video
to every federal
so
worker.
it can
We will match your
you can show your
contribution with up
support
to
to me in a
$1,000
deeper
each year,
value.
as we ensure that
Currently,
all
we are
Americans can
hearing the
profit from a
President of
rising
the United
stock market. Let's
States
also ensure that
present remarks to the American people. As I said this morning, this is more of a unofficial official launch to the midterm campaign. So yeah, we're about eight and a half to 9 months away. Tomorrow night, if you're available, you should definitely want to tune in to the stream with my pal Nathan. We're going to be discussing the Texas primaries coming up next Tuesday, March the 3rd. So you'll definitely want to check into that. Make sure you like and subscribe to that video as well.
Without delay.
Okay, the president. Okay, we see a woman in white leaving the House chamber in the top left hand of the screen. However, the right hand part of the screen says pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay. Well, you have the trifecta. Pass it. Like, how hard is this? You have the majority on the Supreme Court. You have half of the governorships. You have the POTUS. You have 53 seats in the Senate, and you have a House majority. Pass it. What are you saying that for? You have the power. You have all of the cards. Pass the bill. It's getting frustrating seeing this now. And guess what? None of this is going to pass. And guess what's going to happen in about eight months from now? Vote for us again. We just had the trifecta for 2 years and did pretty much nothing. And we want you to vote for us again. You should not take that. Your sovereignty is violated at that rate if you just go along with it. So, yeah, that's just the anger in me. I see this every day. You go on Twitter, you talk to people in public. How do you not understand this at this point? If they do not pass everything on that screen, if that doesn't get passed before the midterms, why should you vote for this again? Seriously, be honest with yourself. Have some self-respect politically.
Not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings us problems right here.
Okay, we got at Swifter Sweep. All right, we're going to pin that comment. That's awesome. All right, everybody, go shotgun a beer with at Swifter Sweep. And,
take care of this problem. We're going to take care of it.
yeah, join the party for real.
Delilah. Was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Cute. Adorable.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
pass it. It's a cute law. But do you have the political
And
will to
yesterday,
pass it?
as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25
Yikes.
times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Here's the problem. You're not doing that. You sent Tom Homan into Minneapolis last week to wave white flag and implemented an old policy to where you're waiting for the poor daughter to be found bloody in the bathtub before you have the local law enforcement call
Thank you very
ICE
much,
to deport this
Jacqueline. Thank
criminal illegal alien.
We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
But here's the problem. There's always money for Ukraine and Israel. And there's not enough money for our own DHS. Are you kidding? And stand up if you agree with that. Everybody does. But you keep sending money to foreign countries. That's your problem, buddy. And it's a partial shutdown. TSA is impacted, but ICE was fully funded through the big, beautiful bill. And remember, you pulled out of Minneapolis. You chickened out because of a bunch of far-left agitators beat you at your own game. So that's the dilemma we're in right now. And so I don't understand what's happening at this current moment. You gave up.
Okay, we got a couple of comments.
We have to learn from the Coconut War. Not going to read that. About to shotgun a beer, okay? And beer was tasty, lovely to scream at that black person. Peace sign emoji, black for Trump, black praying emoji, and at Fred TN-E9F, snow melts. Right, yeah. And so does poor political posture. So that's what has been exposed over the last couple months, if not year.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, maybe if you would have kept up the mass deportations in Minneapolis, this wouldn't be a problem right now. But you gave up, so you should. Yeah, you're the one to blame, buddy. The Democrats beat you at your own game, and they're in the minority. So, what's that to say when they have the gavel?
I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
Yes. And that's why, if John Thune does not call for the standing filibuster, as I called on the show last week, then what's the point of all of this, right?
Persons from voting in our sacred American elections.
This bill has to get implemented. It has to become law. It's an ultimatum for the Republicans.
Simple. All voters must show
if you're listening to this room right now, you need to call your senator and House rep every day to make sure they vote for this. We at Swift or Sweep, go back to your country, black person.
All voters must show proof of
who
citizenship in order to vote.
Then they should. Voter ID needs to become law. It's already law in 35
no more
to 40
crooked
states.
mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None.
I think that's a fair comment as well.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
It is very popular nationwide. That's why they need to do it. You have the trifecta for a reason. Get us the consolation prize.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Yes. John Thune needs to call the standing filibuster. You can outlast 47 Democrats. Bernie Sanders is 110 years old. He can't stand up for more than 40 minutes at a time. Do it. Pass this bill at all costs necessary.
Why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason.
as we talked about
They
last
make up all
week,
excuses. They
I
say
believe it's
it's
Article 1,
racist. They
Section
come
4,
up with things, you almost say, what imagination they have.
allows for
They
Congress
want to cheat. They have
to
cheated.
implement a
And their
bill like
policy is so
this.
bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John. And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full-ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
So Sage a boy or girl? I kind of lost track there. All right, Sage appears to be a female. I heard a lot of. This is what I get to. To quit making it so confusing for people to understand. There's two genders.
Thank you for your great bravery.
End
And
of
who
story.
can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy, I'm telling you. They're crazy.
Kind of feel bad for the lady in the red who's kind of like on the Democrat side, but
We're lucky we
not
have
really.
a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? Huh?
That's not good enough anymore. We need more than just stopping the Democrats. That's not enough. Sorry. You need to fix the
No one
problems they
cares
screwed
more
up.
about protecting America's
If you
youth
can't
than
do
our
that, then
wonderful
it's not worth electing you.
First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much. I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.
That's solid, yeah. Over the last year and a half, 2 years, I've become closer to Jesus and God personally myself as well. So that's a really good thing.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man.
Right, yeah. Especially, I've seen, not just myself personally, just through other friends.
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered
especially a young
by
man
an assassin.
thing. Not even a young woman
And
thing.
martyred,
It's been a young
really
man
martyred for his beliefs.
push.
His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand. Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
I think that's fair. Yeah. It's not. I've been in politics 8 years now, since I was 18 years old.
We love religion, and we love bringing it back.
There's really
And it's coming
nothing
back at
more
levels that
desirable
nobody
than
had
defeating
thought possible.
your opponent
It's a
at the
beautiful
ballot
thing to
box
see.
or in
Above
a
all,
debate.
unleashing America's
If they're
promise
dead, then
requires
there's really
keeping
no
our community
satisfaction
safe.
out of that.
We have made
An
incredible
honest
strides,
assessment,
yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zaretska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget there were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
Yeah, that was a terrible tragedy. And just remember how the Democrats said all of a sudden this Ukrainian refugee wasn't worth a damn because she was killed by a black person.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand?
So
I'm asking this Congress to
I thought we
pass
stood
tough
with
legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
And I also thought that we stood with the Ukrainians. I thought we had the Ukrainian flag on a Facebook profile and hanging out of our homes.
Starting last summer,
hanging
I
out
deployed our
of,
National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and
I thought
order
we stood
to our
with
most
the
dangerous
Ukrainians when it came
cities,
to
including
tax dollars as
Memphis,
well.
Tennessee,
But all of a
big
sudden,
success.
Ukrainians didn't
New
matter.
Orleans, Louisiana, big success. And our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen?
At Jeff Anger 07.
In fact,
This
crime
guy,
in
yeah.
Washington
Hey, Jeff,
is
welcome
now
back,
at the
brother.
lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were
give me
down
all you got right
close
now.
to 100% from a year ago. They don't like to hear that. One of sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like it.
I'm not laughing at what just happened in the speech. I'm laughing at the comment section, by the way. All right, Jeff Anger, we're going to put your comments on the, we're going to share your comment so all the viewers can see it.
So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect.
I think I should be back now. The guy told me I lost some connection here. I think I should be back now, though. Hello? Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Okay, got a couple comments at Ron Nance. I thought you said DC. I thought DC would be the safest it's ever been. At Jenny Harold muted question mark. At Swifter Sweep audio cut out. At Jeff Anger, that's what I thought you would look like. I can hear you, but not the address. Okay. Okay, we should be good for the. I just turned it back on. If it's still screwed up, we can fix things in a sec. Okay, we got at G Money Forever 2024. Yeah, you got the connection back, big boy. At Jenny Hero, I can hear you, but not the address. And at Chucky P67, we back, baby. We are back, baby. And our featured comment on the screen is at Jeff Anger 017. Okay, Uncle Tom, pray for me! Exclamation point. Okay, at Jeff Anger 17, you might be the most congratulations to this individual who has just received the Purple Heart. Congratulations to his honorary bravery and service. However, back at Jeff Anger 17, I think you've became the most look forward to villain on the show now. Actually, I think you've entered a role in a part of our community that is unlikely, but I think you're kind of stuck here for a little bit. So, you're going to be the honorary villain of the show from now on. However, we do welcome and we love you for that. I don't know why the address can't be heard. It should. It just as it was a couple minutes ago. All right, I'm restarting the YouTube video for you guys.
around to a of the roadside bar. And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like, 32,000.
Sorry, I missed the most important part of the entire stream because of this frickin' crap. Now I'm not happy.
Hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
Okay, great. I think it's, all right, we're back and working. So,
And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong, because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called Peace Through Strength, and it's been very, very effective. So thanks to Republicans in Congress, we're investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies, have just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 2.
So some big-time comments there against the conflict in the Middle East.
And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily. One meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently. And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776.
Great. Back to the foreign policy.
You know, they put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things, a lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute, for one more dollar, we can have $1,776. It's going to I said, we're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. One more dollar, I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it, so we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen.
Wow,
the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our
You had to
firemen.
ask permission
We're also-
for one more dollar, but there's never permission for bombing the Middle Eastern countries or going to war for regime change wars. So you have to ask for our military for a frickin' dollar, but you don't need to ask
We're also
permission
restoring
for anything
American
else.
security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere,
bunch of
acting
crap.
to secure our national
Sorry.
interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism,
I need
and
permission for one more
foreign
dollar.
interference
Hey,
for years,
hey,
large
Mr.
swaths
Treasury
of territory in our
Secretary, can I
region,
get one more
including
dollar,
large
please?
parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. And with our new military
That's so
campaign,
sweet.
we have
You
stopped
beautiful
record
white
amounts
lady,
of
I live in
drugs coming
Montana.
into our country
Blacks for
and
Trump.
virtually stopped it
Black
completely
emoji,
coming in by
praying
water
emoji.
or sea. You probably noticed that.
We got at Beth
Very seriously damaged
B4JAG.
their
Is
fishing
Melania
industry
there? I
also.
love
Nobody wants to
her.
go
At Fred
fishing anymore.
TM-E9F.
We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday.
70.
In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very good. They couldn't believe, they all watched, they saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie. No, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby, because we did that.
Oh.
My baby. It's becoming so important.
It's a different creation. However, I think we're about to hear Maduro mentioned. So if you're following the bingo card, that's another check mark on your card tonight.
And America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face
let's
American
go.
justice.
Yeah.
And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary
her.
economic gains for both of our
We
countries
own that
and to
lady
bring new
in
hope
Venezuela.
to those who have
We're not
suffered
working
so
with her.
terribly.
We own her.
They really
She's
did suffer.
property
With
of
us
the
tonight
United
is
States of America.
Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also.
Mingo got captured.
But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
Freedom. Thank you, Enrique. Please come down. What an honorable man. I'm so glad we can use him as propaganda to support regime change in foreign countries. At Ronald and Nance, I'm calling bingo. Alrighty. At Swifter Sweep. Actually, I didn't finish reading Fred's comment. 1776 barely pays my electric bill. Yikes, those AI data centers are expanding at an erratic rate.
Time. Nice to have you back, Enrique.
Well, he was in Venezuela before. I don't know why he's welcome back here now.
Maduro.
He wasn't
really
here before.
It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming.
1776
they were all set.
is when my people
but the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter, a big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good. While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine guns stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, we probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing, and people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy, Eric, and Amy. Come on in.
So many stage entrances tonight. I'm not sure if I've ever seen any of these before, ever. This is at least the third staged entrance. And they don't even know which direction to look in. They're all turning around like there's a meteor shooting out of the sky. Nobody knows what's going on. USA, 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 USA.
So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Congratulations. USA, USA, USA. Yeah. A very high honor for the gentleman right there. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg, we have it back, we brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House, and Eric will be there. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator. Navy fighter pilot Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Wow. Congratulations. Just a reminder, everybody, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe, as we do more of these fun live streams on a weekly basis as well. We have our villain of the channel, Jeff Anger, with us again for the second time, if I'm not mistaken. Jeff needs to subscribe himself if he hasn't already, so he can become a recurring figure on the program. However, this is a big God Bless America. We are supportive of our military and our veterans, and the individuals have protected us from foreign threats and domestic threats, for that matter, as well. So thank you very much to these. This is the second elderly gentleman at the age of 100 or above that has been recognized tonight by POTUS. So we want to share our congratulations with these gentlemen that have protected us.
I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it. But
well, you just kind of
they
stuck
ever
up the
open
moment.
Up that law, I will be there with you someday.
It's for 100-year-old men.
But you know, that's our highest honor,
You're
Congressional Medal of Honor.
95.
That's
You're
a big
close
thing,
to it, but
it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you.
I know you like a joke, Johnny, but there's 35 million illegal aliens in the country right now, so I don't think it's time for joking.
Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror.
POTUS is going the
Americans
distance
lifted
tonight.
humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us.
That's another
The revolution that
check
began
mark
in
on the bingo.
1776
Golden
has
age,
not
first time
ended.
mentioned.
It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
A peaceful and beautiful ending to the speech. Wow. Here we go. Okay, guys, so you just saw the President of the United States, the 45th and 47th President, wrap up his remarks addressing the State of the Union on this Tuesday evening, February, I believe, the 24th of 2026, nearing 8.5 to 9 months away from the midterms. So some significant future events in the near future of our lives approaching us. We saw the president, he touched up on the foreign policy. He discussed Iran, in particular, the strikes against the nuclear facilities during Operation Midnight Hammer last June, I believe the 21st of 2025. In particular, we also saw he marked the assassination of the architect of the Axis of Resistance, the Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Hamas, and other regional proxies, Qasem Soleimani. His death occurred on January 3rd of 2020. So he touched up on Iran, as we predicted. He touched up on mentioning Nicolas Maduro, the former sovereign head of state of Venezuela, before he was kidnapped. Here, let's go full screen for a moment. Let's turn the stream off. I don't think we need the White House stream anymore. And I'll give you guys my immediate take on this. So yeah, let's stop sharing. Let's give me a full screen. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so we saw the touched up on Iran, touched up on Venezuela. How we mentioned the now head of state of Venezuela, Rodriguez, I believe her name is cooperating with the United States. Here's the deal: she's property of the United States now. Anything, it wasn't regime change. It was we removed one individual within the Maduro regime, the head honcho of the regime, and said, "Hey, Miss, actually, President Rodriguez, congratulations. Would you like to negotiate right now?" And she said, "Yes. Don't throw me in prison next to Nicholas and the wife that you gave a black eye to." So, um, a partial decapitation in Venezuela. That was the extent of the foreign policy for the most part. We additionally saw um, the, as Trostway said, trying to get the Dems. We saw several times the president attempted, or at least was successful in getting Dems maybe aggravated at not standing for certain achievements of maybe the citizens or the administration itself. But it also seemed that we saw earlier today there was reporting out of Punchbowl and other Capitol Hill adjacent military outlets that dozens of Democratic officials would not attend the address tonight, which you could kind of see it a little bit. Honestly, that it didn't seem to be that contentious. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the Dems that were there, for the most part, at least what we saw, more or less just kind of let it happen, in the sense that there wasn't. Here, let me make sure this doesn't start again on the other stream. Yeah, we're turning that off. Like, I believe we missed it, but I did see Al Green was tossed again. So if you had that on your bingo card, or you did, I gave you the bingo card. But you had it. So congratulations on that. I believe we probably had a hit of bingo with that. Let's go to the card itself. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Okay, so we got Al Green tossed, talked about the border being secure. I don't think he scolded SCOTUS. I think he was upset at the tariffs, but didn't make a direct appeal to anger at the justices that were in attendance. Some of them don't attend every time. I believe you mentioned, I think he talked about China a little bit. He praised multiple veterans over at the age of 100. So you got that correct for sure. He mentioned America 250. We did not see Randy Fine's service dog, though. That was a miss. I thought that would be mentioned for sure, or at least shown. I put that on the screen because Randy Fine mentioned he would rather save dogs than Muslims. Or actually, we're going to pull the tweet up. I want to make sure it's absolutely correct. But he mentioned something that he'd rather save dogs than Muslims, and that came up on my timeline at least 4 dozen times. So we're going to make sure I can report that to you correctly. Okay. Uh, if they force us to choose, the choice between dogs and Muslims is not a difficult one. That was on February 15th. Today is the 24th. Um, so he tweeted that around 10 days ago. So that's why I put um, the dog on there. Let's go to. We did not see Ro Khanna. I don't even believe we saw Thomas Massey tonight as well. He did mention the Golden Age and the Save America Act. So we're. And he blamed Biden / the Democrats, but I don't think we saw Ro Khanna, so I don't think we can get the middle horizontal row. I think he mentioned Russia. He mentioned Maduro. He brought up the hockey player. He talked about illegal immigration, but I don't think he mentioned the stolen election in 2020. So we're going to have to go to like the corners at this point. I don't know if we're going to get bingo tonight, guys. Darn. All right, he got. Okay, actually, okay, I think. Well, I don't know because Al Green got tossed, but I don't think he absolutely scolded SCOTUS though. He talked about the Save America Act and Iran and mentioned Maduro, but I don't think he attacked SCOTUS. So, um, man, we're kind of starting to get I guess I don't know if we got it. I think we got close. We got 4 out of 5 about every possible opportunity. Uh, hey guys, I don't know if we got bingo. So we will we'll check again in the morning. Um, but we got close. Okay, I'll read some comments though. Um, let's go to. Okay, we got a couple of congratulatory comments from Ronwin and at Jenny Harrell. Or actually, Ronwin told Swifter to go to bed and said good night. Ouch. Uh, Swifter Sweep, how can we trust her without it? At Trossway, Trump just knows how to troll the Dems. Love it. Beth agrees with Trossway. Yes! Exclamation point. Jeff Anger says, can I get a bingo if you watch it naked? I don't know about that, Jeff. I think that's, yeah, man. That's a little wild there. That was not on the bingo card. That would be a more appropriate action for Epstein's Island. You should have visited the island before the State of the Union tonight. You would have got a little more than a bingo on the island, I should say. Okay, at Swifter Sweep, how lucky we are to be able to defend our country. How lucky we are able to be born in the USA. Blacks for Trump terms. The church will rise. God is king. Amen, brother. America 250 is a fallacy. The earth was created 100 years ago, unlike what the Muslims make us think. Uh, will China pay for the wall and tariff refund? I'm afraid we're not getting wall at this point anymore. I'm deeply afraid to say it. Well, I'm not afraid. I know it. It's the reality. Trump could call the Home Depot guy tomorrow. Give us concrete. Give us cement. Give us the shovels. Give us the illegal labor you employ. Give us everything. And Trump, he's just not going to do it. Will Pete Hegseth be able to turn our white babies in the military into fighters for our homeland and in Iran? Question mark. That's the play right now. And tomorrow evening, uh, something that I saw online today is there was speculation if we would attack the Iranian regime during the State of the Union address tonight. I don't think it happened. I'll check. I'm on Twitter. I will double check right now. But um, what today is about day 10 to 11 of negotiations. I believe maybe Thursday there may be a third round of negotiations with Steve Witkoff and Geneva, Switzerland. Um, but that's still a couple of days. That's several, and military time, that's weeks away. Um, wait, did we bomb Iran during the stream? No way. Oh, no way we bombed Iran during the stream. You're full of it. The capital was not captured. Oh, you're pulling my leg now. Swift or sweep. You goofball. Yeah. I don't think we bombed Iran tonight. Now, I think in the next couple days, we may. At Jeff Anger 17, what's with the band-aids? Okay, so my employment, I deal with a lot of paper, and I sliced these fingers open severely today, so I needed to wrap them up. Yeah, so that's my reasoning, and it's true, right? I handle lots of loose leaf paper. I fold lots of envelopes. I handle a lot of important mail for clients. So there are workplace accidents, workforce tragedies, one might say. So hopefully by tomorrow night, these won't need to be here, but who knows? I gotta go work again tomorrow. We always gotta go work, right? I gotta go work. So, good question, Jeff. Though I appreciate the opportunity to answer you. At Swifter Sweet, my husband got on the keyboard. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Blacks for Trump. All right, that's going to be the next pinned comment of the stream. Thank you, Swifter. I wish you would attend the streams more often. You're light of the party at the moment. Clients like? Okay, this is nothing inappropriate or anything bad. They're all bunch of nonprofits in the Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. So nothing to be incredibly concerned about. Shotgun Baby / D4W says, cut some balls. Ooh. This is not a slaughterhouse in the middle of Nebraska. We don't engage in that. At Swifter Sweet, I am praying for you and your family when in an industry like that. Thank you very much. I appreciate your prayers. I appreciate your blessings. Always, as always. And guys, this has been a very fun stream tonight. Like, this is one of the, if not the most desktop anchor show successful live stream I've had. So I'm really oh, shush. Okay, at Swifter Sweet, my husband's mother is from Nebraska, and that was incredibly rude and unsubscribing. Well, you said blacks for Trump, but your mother is from Nebraska. That's a very low correlation rate, I'd say there. So, is your story adding up at Swifter Sweep? What's going on here? Hmm? At Shotgun Baby slash D4W, we are a wannabe band in Nashville, not Nebraska. Listen to our stuff. You guys absolutely should. So, one of maybe the future sponsors on the show is at Shotgun Baby and their band in Nashville, Tennessee. A little startup band, just some young gentlemen hoping to advance in the music industry in the music capital of the world. So we are hoping for their success. I believe you can find them on Spotify. If not, they can share more social media handles in the chat. That's totally perfectly fine with me. At Ron Winance, I hope your mother heals quick, or excuse me, I hope your fingers heal quickly. Thank you very much for your kind thoughts, Ronwin. At Swifter Sweep, in all caps, we love being awoken through, though resubscribe. My husband's mother, how can you not read in Washington, D.C., the greatest capital in the world? Okay, yeah. Fine, yeah. Nashville has the greatest Morgan Wallen, which we love. And anyone near that is someone who I support. Okay, I'm not going to repeat that one. But if anyone else has any questions about the president's commentary tonight, happy to take it. And once again, if this is your first time on the live stream, would love to remind you to give the video a like, to subscribe to the channel, as it is the most effective way you can support my work as we are building this community brick by brick and day by day. Had some fun streams this morning outside of the U.S. Capitol, and as well tonight. So 2 very successful streams. We'll be back with you tomorrow evening for sure. Bringing on my friend Nathan, we will be discussing the Texas primary election coming up. He is going to provide some deep insight and analysis to those upcoming elections for Tuesday, March the 3rd of 2026. As I've mentioned several times, you have the primaries and the general election for the midterms coming up. So those are going to be key. You have Ken Paxton versus Sean Cornyn, a pretty big deal there. As well as the Democratic primary, you have Jasmine Crockett, the incumbent congresswoman, I believe from the Houston or Dallas area, one of the two. And you also have there's a white gentleman. I can't remember his name. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be a big deal. One of the sponsors of the Save America Act in the House, Congressman Chip Roy, is running for Texas Attorney General. He is seeking a statewide position in Austin. I believe Greg Abbott is running for a 4th term as well. So a lot of big stuff in the Lone Star State. Ultimately, in terms of the Senate primary, one of the, if not the biggest primary of this cycle. So a hot start to begin. Okay, let's read a couple of comments. Great show, Alden at Beth-B4J8Z at Swifter Sweep. What do you think of the hockey team, a very Canadian sport, which is our new State 51? Yeah, we own them. So thank you for the gold medal, Mr. Justin Trudeau and Matt Carney. You can act tough, but you're under the NATO nuclear umbrella because of us. So don't forget that. And if you listen to the agriculture episode with my friend Carrie a couple of weeks ago at this point, she mentioned that Canada jacks up their dairy prices in an unjustificational method. So it's unjustified, it's unethical, so they should be a little more respectful to us. Okay, let's go back up. The hockey, yeah, all right, got the hockey team at Beth. Beth says, thank you, excited for tomorrow night. Swifter says, exciting 2026 midterms will be red sweep leading into red wave for 28 in Trump's biggest method, voting without mail-in ballots. Fred says, have a great evening, with a heart emoji. Thank you, Fred. Thank you for tuning in into the stream tonight. Appreciate you. At RWD42 asked, did I poll? Welcome to the stream tonight, RWD42. Thank you for becoming awoken tonight. Yes, you polled. Congratulations. Swifter says, will the SAVE Act help with lowering the teachers' union's power and having ridiculous wages? Those two issues do not correlate at all. So no, it won't help in the teacher union battle at any point at all. Not really relevant. Sorry, Swifter. Beth says, I agree with at Ron Winance. Please block Swifter Sweep. Oh, we can't block Swifter. Swifter Sweep is like first major, like a coming out party in the comment section for Swifter Sweep. Very thankful to have him here, or them here, I should say, and becoming a part of the Awoken. So thank you very much. We got our best friend, Jeff Anger, 17, says, at Ronwin and at Beth, you would love World War II Germany. Whoa, okay. What part would they love exactly? Are we implying they might be a part of the regime or the opposition? Or let's get some more context here. Swifter says they're voting the wrong form of there, but their voting power is, and again, ridiculous is spelled. This is the second time ridiculous is spelled wrong as well. Their voting power is ridiculous, and the sewage blue states, though, isn't that enough? Well, it's not, because the Democratic base is a minority now for the Electoral College. They can't win without Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, or Michigan anymore. So without those states, the Democrats, they can't really do anything. So if they win Chicago, if they win LA, if they win New York, that's not good enough anymore. They are they're tough. At Shotgun Baby says, you haven't commented on your brother's huge cucumber. I don't plan on it. No, I'm not going to make a comment on that. At Ronwin is questioning Swifter's education. Yeah. Where were you taught? Where did you learn how to read and write? Jeff Anger says they love the media being covered up. And additionally says, whoa. Calling Ronnie and Beth Nazis. That's a large accusation there. Ronnie and Beth, do you have anything to say for yourself there? You've been referred to as a Nazi by Mr. Our new villain of the channel, Mr. Anger 017. Swifter says America and Germany had a great deal during and after World War II. I agree, we love it. We will merge these blue states into better red states, just like Texas. Yeah, if Texas turns blue, then that's trouble for the GOP, for sure. Ronwin is urging Swifter to complete the general education degree, the GED, for high school. Swifter says, if they are, I love white women. That's the new featured comment. We love white women. Okay. This is a pretty successful stream. There's about 30 of you watching right now. It was around 40 the entire night, so I'm grateful for your viewership and participation. I would, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd love if you subscribed. Please leave the video a like. That would be awesome if you do that. Additionally, we will be we will be back with you tomorrow night for Texas election coverage. A little preview of the primary for next Tuesday. And as well, yeah, guys, this has been fun. This has been one of the most exciting, fun streams I've had for sure. So I'm honored that all of you are with the Awoken 2.5 hours into the stream. That's very cool. Swifter Sweep says white women, if they understand history, are very beautiful and remind me of Melania. Liking isn't enough. Keep going into it, please. I don't understand how these crazy professors can have so much power in the Senate. I'm not sure if how does AOC get away with having a letterbox in her office? And at Ronwin says, at Swifter Sweep, I'm going to help you find a program so you can move past that 8th grade education. Alright, I got to pin the AOC letterbox comment. But yeah, like, well, I think that's a furry thing. I think, so, I'm not sure if you guys listened to Matt Jones. He does the KSR radio show, Kentucky Sports Radio. And there was a caller that continued to call in to the show for like 6 weeks in a row and said at some middle school in the middle of Kentucky, there was this, there were middle schoolers dressing up as animals and peeing and pooping in litter boxes in the middle of the hallway. And Matt Jones continued to deny it, but I think, I think the caller like was able to prove their evidence at a certain rate. So if there's a kitty litter box in AOC's congressional office, I wouldn't deny that. I can't confirm it. Maybe tomorrow morning we should take a visit. Maybe let's do that for tomorrow morning's live stream. Let's all wake up early in the morning and join me, and we're going to go to AOC's office and ask some poor 22-year-old staff assistant if there's a litter box where people pee and poop in the office. You want? Let's do that. At Jeff Anger says, "What can I do for a pinned comment?" Okay, Jeff, you gotta make it one of the most hilarious comments you've ever done, verbalized in your entire life. Swift says, "My husband is telling me to get off stream, but you are awoken." Exactly. You cannot get off the stream with the awoken. The awoken is a powerful, it's a mindset, it's a lifestyle. It's a commitment. It's something you know is true about the country and our movement. We will create the mass awakening to save America, Western civilization, our culture, our people, all of that good stuff. And you guys are here for one of the most, if not the most exciting night in the channel's history already. So thank you very much again for being here. Okay. And let's read some of the comments I have recently. My husband is okay. My husband's so many log off. Fred says KSR. We love Kentucky Sports Radio, as always. Ronwin says go away to Jeff Anger, and I will convince him to post you were gone. Well, Ronwin, here's the thing. Jeff Anger, he isn't. He's against us, but he's become the first person that's against us that wants to be a part of the community. So I think Jeff is becoming an instrumentable part of the community and to the awoken. Actually, I think Jeff has become awoken, spending time with us. So I think Jeff should be accepted, even though we're going to have a lot of maybe differences in opinion with him. So I think Jeff might be here to stay. As long as he subscribes, that is for sure. He doesn't have to agree with anything I ever say, but he is an active member of the community. Okay, let's go to, here, let me check out some of these other comments. Okay, Jeff, there we go. You got your pinned comment, brother. You earned it, by the way, too. Okay, so we got back to Swift or Sweep. Kentucky is a Yankee state that pretends to be red, but they bend the truth, confusing us. AOC is a very beautiful white woman. Did you see her answer about Taiwan the other day? Isn't that crazy? That's pretty hilarious, honestly. Awoken, but like these other brainwashed black men that don't know how to... Okay, I'm not going to finish that one. At Zemo Sport says, Aulden, I love you. Larry Bird changed the game, but Jordan was amazing, and he voted for Trump. Jeff needs some. Jerry West changed the game, and Jeff needs some of me. And Jeff says, I appreciate your comment. We have differences, but I'm here to stay. That's awesome, Jeff. We're glad to have you. It's very glad that you've joined the stream again tonight. Okay, Swiffer has a wild comment. I'm going to read that. And Roblin45 says, "What do we think of Trump and Fetterman being friendly?" That's a welcome to the stream, Roblin. Thank you for becoming awoken. If it's your first time here, which I believe it is, or at least the first time I can remember seeing your username as a comment, I would love if you please would subscribe to the channel, as we have lots of fun dialogue like this late at night. We talk about politics. We're always friendly. Jeff, for example, Jeff Enger 017 is usually against what I believe in, and that's perfectly fine. I want to accept him as a part of the community. He's fun. He engages with us. So I would love Roblin45 if you joined the community. Says, check your phone. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, my dear brother, for joining the stream. I am appreciative of another dear friend who does not align with me politically much, but still joining the community. So thank you very much, brother. I'm glad you're doing well. Okay, we got at Zemo says, okay, so at Swifter says, AOC understands Taiwan. More than most, because she sees the influence that Israel has under like Pam Bondi. Well, yeah, Pam Bondi is trying to make us think the stock, trying to make us forget about Epstein files because the stock market's at over 50,000 or whatever. Now, I don't believe the first half of your comment makes any sense because AOC, I don't think she's impressed me in that regard as well. So, but yet back to Roblin45's comment. Yeah, we do see a Fetterman getting along. That you see that interview with Laura Trump, I believe it is, a couple months ago now. We also see Fetterman is starting to be slightly more outcasted by his party himself. So he's not. I don't think he's becoming politically homeless, but he's dipping his toes into the water for sure. So that's a very good question, Roblin45. Zemo Sports says, Swifter, get off the stream. Jeff made an inappropriate comment. Swifter says she is a beautiful white woman. New York is a hellhole because she's busy investigating Israel. And China denied Epstein, unlike the swamp that Trump is emptying. Roblin says, glad to be here, brother. Z Sport says, I think the U.S. needs to just focus on bringing sports tickets lower to games. Why the hell are games $300 to go to? You should actually check out Marsha Blackburn. She's a U.S. senator from Tennessee. She's running for governor of Tennessee now. I believe at a Senate hearing during the Taylor Swift Ticketmaster controversy, a couple of this is maybe over a year ago now, she made some comments that kind of made everybody in the political world go like, wow, you're right. I can't maybe here I'll try to find the YouTube video itself. Maybe we can check that out here in a moment. Um, but it had to do something where she was questioning the um, authority and really ethical state of Ticketmaster having a monopoly. Let's go to I'll read a couple more comments though. Um, uh, Ronwin loves Zemo Sports. Swifter says the CIA and Mossad are the same. She sees it as the biggest city in beautiful USA. I'm not going to read that comment by Shotgun Baby. At Roblian says, just lost it. Do you think it helps or hurts his chances of getting elected again? Ooh, that's a good one. If anything helps, I think he saw what happened in 24. I think he saw his comrade Bob Casey collapse and fall down to Dave McCormick. And I think Fetterman realizes if he can position himself tight with McCormick, but not right-wing enough to where he's a Republican, I think he thinks he can survive what would be a 2028. He'll have to ride on the coattails with whoever the Democratic nominee is in 2028. So I think he knows he has to play the game enough. Let's just say that. Let's see what this Ticketmaster deal is about. Let's read a couple more comments, though. Zemo Sports is not a fan of Taylor Swift. Ronwin, again, is hoping that Swifter can find a GED program. Jeff thinks Ronwin is racist. Swifter says Taylor Swift is tall and beautiful, but my husband listens to her too much. Okay, what kind of a relationship are you in? Your husband listens to Taylor Swift way too much? And you're blacks for Trump. And you live in Nebraska and Montana at the same time. I think you're full of baloney at this point. I think this is a little, it's like Judge Judy. If you told the truth, you wouldn't have to remember your alibi or your story. All right. My fingers. So I work in a high risk, a very dangerous occupation, actually. I deal with loose leaf sheets of paper all day, every day, and sliced two of my fingers, unfortunately, today, to where it was a deep gash and a wound to where the bleeding was uncontrollable. Needed band-aids to help quell the injuries and prevent further risk of bloodborne illness. Swifter says, and a fake news halftime show. Fred trademark -E9F says, good night, my man, all love with the heart emoji. Those fingers are not drugs. We already figured that out. Bro, who's the Swift person? I'm not from Nebraska. My husband's mother. And Jack says, I agree with Alden. How can you not remember, bruh? LOL. My husband is Petey and beautiful. Peta? A Zemo. Hey, Peta? Hey, Pete! Go ahead and make a couple of those. Peta? There we go. Okay, guys. Well, I'm. Alright, guys. We are, I am starting to get a little tired. I will say. Okay, Zemo Sports says, Alden, I need to have you back on the show, and I need to join yours too. Absolutely. We'll get you on here soon enough, for sure. See, the thing is with me for getting guests on is it's my being in politics. It's harder for some people in my profession to join media because any sentence can be turned, and being in politics, any sentence can be turned around into saying, give it any position. Say you love Tennessee. The next sentence you could say, your opponents in politics can say you hate Tennessee, or you love the Patriots, and next sentence is you hate the Patriots. So I want to protect my friends in politics for sure as well. Okay, at Gmo Sports says, but a good thing, March Madness is close. Yes, we should. So I was actually thinking about a very fun episode idea. Is I need to do a March Madness bracket for all of the Senate, or for a lot, like all of the statewide candidates running in the midterms, and evaluate them off of like fun criteria. So um, whether it's like their level of being outdoors, or their fundraising levels, or um, number of social media posts, just kind of whatever. And then we can pivot after that. I can bring you on the second half of the show, and we can do like a real breakdown of the tournament once it's released on Selection Sunday. And that's only 2 or 3 weeks away, so we're coming up close on that. So, okay, Swifter Sweep says America First in all caps. Absolutely, we are America First on this channel. America First is the name of the game. Okay, we are going to make that a pinned comment. Might be the last pinned comment of the evening. Gay flag emoji, black peace sign emoji, ninja emoji. Trump understands me with his beautiful wife. This is how he keeps support. You also understand we should talk when I get there. Absolutely. GMO Sports says, yeah, I know, LOL. Okay. Jeff Anger says, Gmo says, good night, dude. Much love. Call you tomorrow. Jeff Anger. All right, last good question of the night by Jeff Anger 17 says, thoughts on Israel. Man, I almost need time. I almost need time to answer that tomorrow, or like at a later date or something. We've the quick answer is, I don't think we need to be doing everything they desire us to do. I believe I don't think they're our greatest ally because we have allies in Saudi Arabia and Qatar and the Emirates and Egypt in the Middle East as well. So I don't think we need to be shackled to them by any means. I think that's a fallacy, a false narrative that they're the greatest ally uh, that we need. So I believe that's false. Um, I also think that they. So actually, something that you guys should do is listen to the Tucker Carlson Mike Huckabee interview. I I finished that episode today actually, and it's a very telling episode. Um, in particular, you should listen to the part to where Tucker presses Huckabee on how Israel has the right to exist. Just listen to that. So um, that's a good one you should listen to. That's Tucker's been pretty good at asking about the Israel question, particularly over the last year. Um, I'll never forget the Ted Cruz Tucker Carlson interview um, last June. So I think that was a very consequential interview for my personal life and politics as well. Um, okay, so we got a couple fans texting in. Um, okay, sorry, answering some. Got a lot of fans texting into the stream. Um, you're just sorry, answering some messages from some fans. Can't be. They're texting me at a rapid rate right now. Um, Okay, actually, I need a. All right, I'm gonna step away from one moment. I'll be right. I'm not leaving the stream, um, but I'll be right. I just need to grab a beverage. That's all. Okay. All right, great. Okay, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I am back. We are still at 29 viewers strong on this Tuesday episode of Awoken with Alden. Once again, if it's your first time on the live stream, would love to remind you to subscribe to the channel as we are building the Awoken day by day and brick by brick. We are additionally helping awaken and helping you become awoken to the realities of Washington, D.C. Maybe Fox News tells you something else, maybe CNN tells you another thing. But however, we are, I'm ideally hoping to provide you the truth. And what do I mean by the truth? Is that, admittedly, I'm right wing, but I don't want to be a right wing partisan like Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Jesse Waters on Fox News. I will have my opinions, as you probably know at this point if you've watched enough, but I won't ever lie to you in the sense to push a narrative for a certain political party necessarily. So the truth is my guiding principle. when it comes to that. And putting America first. That's the name of the game. If the government, if the United States government is not putting America first, then what is it worth? Why are we paying taxes to it? Why are we voting for members of the Congress? If they are not putting America first, then they're completely worthless, pretty much. So that's the name of the game for me, is that we put America first on this channel. Okay, let's read a couple of comments. Jeff Anger encourages me to keep going. And Swifter says the UAE is beautiful. How they treat workers correctly. Tucker convinced him about Russia being a beautiful country. Ted Cruz would be beautiful with a shot cop. Yikes. Okay, that's a little freaky. Wants to protect predators and the Illuminati. Stop answering those text messages. They are distracting you from the truth. And Sean Hannity makes you drool of excitement. Shotgun Baby is a massive Democratic band. What can we do to find a link in life? Well, there's nothing being... Yes, I think it is Elite versus Us. Because here's... If you kind of caught my commentary during the stream, there's somehow always an effort and a political will to build up on the Persian Gulf. Whether it's for regime change in Syria or trying to bomb the Ayatollah that we're probably going to do here soon. But it's almost like, what's the meme? It's like the dog that has the six-pack and the big muscles. That's when Trump and the deep state wants to go fight in the Middle East. And it's the puppy that is like looking down and like sad. That's the emoji in the meme when it comes to wanting to deport 5,000 people from Minneapolis. There's always we can always somehow get the biggest military buildup in the Middle East. That's not a problem. But when it comes to removing 5,000 Somali illegals from Minneapolis, oop, we can't do it. Oop, sorry. We can't do it. So that's the point of the channel is how the hell can't you do it? Seriously. Or there's always a will for a massive corporate tax cut. Okay, we need to pay the donors back for helping us get elected. But oop, when it comes to something else, oh, the courts blocked us. Oop, we can't do a damn thing about it. Oop, the tariffs got shut down. Whoops, okay, we're done now. We're just going to move on like nothing happened. So that's just kind of, that's my big deal when it comes to us versus them. Okay, it seems like you have some Democrat leanings based on your commentary. When does that stop? Well, America First shouldn't necessarily mean Democratic leanings. You have, like Thomas Massey, him working with Ro Khanna should not mean that he's a Democrat at all, so... the deep state, yes, tell us the truth. Send our troops to Somalia to gather their strongest and brightest and replace these criminals. Oh yeah, Shotgun Baby, I would say. Luckily on Spotify, that's a cell phone app. So if your illegals get deported that listen to you, they can listen to you anywhere in the world. So, I don't think you need to do anything. You're perfectly fine if they get deported. Swifter says the governors are using teachers' unions to strike against these troops. Wow. Which states? I haven't seen that yet. And at Jeff Anger 17 says Beth and Ronwin left losers. Yeah, it seems like they have left the chat for tonight. So. Swifter says, what about beautiful and tall and rational John Fetterman? Yeah, dude, that dude, he wears shorts and a t-shirt when there's a blizzard outside. So that dude is ready to go at all times. Swifter also says, deport the white women who fight the true men into my bedroom. Whoa, okay. Not going to engage with that anymore. So, I'm going to step out of the frame for one moment. Okay, we are back. Welcome back to Awoken with Aulden. Just getting a little hydrated there. He knows how to. I think some of your vocabulary is chopped up there. Oh, how I show dominance, which I need. Water could be important if there was less fluoride. True, yeah. Okay. How's everyone do? Anyone have a question about the stream? Or not even stream, but the commentary from the president tonight? I only drink Pepsi. Okay. Yeah, happy to have you here. For sure, absolutely. Glad that you are with us. And actually, happy Awoken Wednesday, and welcome back. It's now past midnight, so we are here with you on this Awoken Wednesday. We're still 30 strong. We're still a lot of people are on here, so we're just going to keep it going as long as we can. Okay, I'm not going to perform that action. Hey, Grandmaster, yes. Grandmaster, thank you. I appreciate you coming on the stream, man. Yeah, dude, you're so guys, if you haven't met Grandmaster before, Grandmaster will typically appear on some of the vertical streams. I believe I met him. He joined one of the streams where I was walking to the Lincoln Memorial probably around a month ago now. But Grandmaster has been active and supportive of the channel on a repeated basis now. So I just want to shout out Grandmaster official 9752 for you. Please give him a like. We're very happy to have Grandmaster here. So thank you, Grandmaster, for your continued support of the channel. So thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Swift says Trump isn't. It's the Israeli supporters. Shotgun Baby says, what's your favorite song by us? All of the songs. Here we're going to We're going to give Grandmaster the pinned comment right now. I like your content, man. Thank you very much, Grandmaster. I appreciate your continued support, brother. Glad that you are here with us on this late night after the State of the Union. RDD42 has been here a long time as well. Yes, thank you for keep on going. I was late. I love this. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream tonight and now this morning if you're on the East Coast in Washington, D.C. It's great that now, guys, this is like we're actually building something here, right? The first couple months where I was starting to find my voice, but now we have people like Grandmaster, Trossway, RDD42, Shotgun Baby, Swifter, Ronwin, Beth, Jenny, Fred TM, Brad Harrell. We're building a green substance. We're building and meeting more people each and every day with this, and this is something that will take off. So you guys are here for something early and special, and like tonight's like tonight. It's what makes it very fun. So thank you very much for once again joining. Okay. Okay, let's see. Swifter Sweep says my comments are being shadow banned from you seeing the truth. And Swifter Sweep says, "Will you soon have a coin that we will be able to invest in?" To help your content grow. Maybe we can build like I don't know, like the Awoken coin. I'm not sure. I don't want to scam anybody. That's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, I'm not here to make. I don't care about the money. Ultimately, I don't care about the fame. It's about growing an authentic, organic community like you guys. It's where I can like actually help the country. That's why I'm in politics to begin with. I didn't think media would be maybe the end route for me, and maybe it isn't, right? But at least right now, media is where I think I can be the most effective in helping the country in. So we will. Okay, my favorite song is "Checkered" by Shotgun Baby. So you can't unsubscribe for that. Take that. Okay. Um, my NFTs are worth more than ever after silver dropped. I need to see you in person. You are a beautiful white man that tells the truth. That is very sexy. Man, you should meet one of my other fans. She's not on tonight. But man, she is. Um, man, like we are talking about. She is in love with me, this woman. So, uh, I am single. Yeah. I don't know the hair color of the female that's in love with me. Um, the female that is in love with me is keeping a quiet identity on YouTube, at least for now. Maybe one of these days she will reveal herself. Um, uh, but that's her number one song you looked up. Your brother wish he had the band login, blonde and white. And oh, we got a new commenter tonight. Welcome to the stream at Bravely Bold. I hate Shotgun Baby. Well, that's not very nice. That's not a very nice way to start the stream. Your first comment of the evening? Come on, man. You're fired at Bravely. Okay, so we got a Donald Trump reference here. However, the wrong form of your was used, so I don't think Bravely can actually be fired. Swifter says, uh, revealing is a sacred bond, like me and my red, white, and blue husband has. Yeah. Speaking of the red, white, and blue, what are you guys doing for the 250th birthday? Hey guys, this is going to be a pretty fun um, 250th birthday. I think a lot of people um, should try and get something planned together for it. So I'm going to step away and grab another beverage of water. Just 1 second. Okay, we are back. Okay, got a couple of wild comments. Bravely Bold says the drummer for Shotgun Baby stinks, but we got a couple of wild hush, you stink and eat poop for breakfast. That's a little crazy. So, yeah, we are, that's a little crazy. You guys, we did gain, at least as of now, uh, we're up 3 new subscribers for the night. So thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. We're at 344 subscribers now, and we will continue to grow. This has honestly truly been a fun evening. We're nearing 3.5 hours. I'm not sure how much longer I should continue this, but we're still at a good rate, so we need to keep going. Um, and we'll definitely, and we'll be back again tomorrow night, and only about 20 hours away. At this rate, you guys are going to make it 19 hours away. Um, but we'll be back with you tomorrow evening with my friend Nathan. And we're going to be chatting about the um, Texas Senate primary and the Texas primaries in the Lone Star State for March the 3rd. Arguably the nation's biggest primaries coming up for sure. So he's a great guy. He's involved with me at DCYR. Um, we talked Friday about it, and we're going to do it. So. Okay. take your jacket off if you're too hot? Is he helping drain the swamp? Nathan is. Nathan is a true patriot. He's a great guy. He is committed to the bit in the sense that he wants to put America first, and he's going to do all he can to help our country in its matters. So, okay. All right. In all honesty, does anyone else have any questions or something to pertain to? Because it is getting a little late here on the East Coast. I'm not trying to crash it, and I'll stay on for another. I'll stay on for another hour if need be, but it is a little. Yeah, we're just grinding right now. And again, if it's your first time on the live stream, would love if you gave the video a like and subscribe to the channel, as we do live streams like this on a bi-weekly basis, as well as I do morning live streams at the U.S. Capitol, the Supreme Court building, the White House, other key government buildings and institutions as well. Okay, so we got at Jeff Anger 017. Real shit. Do you support Trump? So I'll admit I voted for him in 2024. However, I have been disappointed with his agenda so far. So, or implementation of that agenda, I should say. And I'm not sure if it's going to get any better. So, that's kind of where I'm at right now with that. And I'm not going to do a typical, well, he was better than the Democrat option, because I think that's a false fallacy. So, I don't think it should be one choice versus the other anymore, which is why I ultimately started the channel. So, okay. Swifter wants me to talk about Pam Bondi's beautiful hair more. Well, if Pam Bondi wants me, that hair's not beautiful enough to convince me that if the Dow is 50,000, I should forget about the Epstein files. So, yeah, she might have good-looking hair, but it's not good-looking enough. That's the reason I unsubscribed earlier, because the Trump admin is the best admin ever. Yeah, okay, whatever. FDR was the best president ever. Dude, my roommate would disagree with you so hard right now. I'm not going to bring him into it, but my roommate, very big, different kind of right wing than me, somewhat. We're more or less on the same page, but he would tear FDR apart right now. So I don't think everything FDR did was bad necessarily. I think maybe the circumstances made him do different stuff. At Jeff Anger says he doesn't agree FDR is good. He's just that's ridiculous. Like, that's not even funny. So I'm not, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to bring him into this. I was just trying to say as a point. So that's just kind of my. That's just some commentary I provided. I'm not bringing him into it. You guys don't know who my roommate is, so there's no risk there. So don't really think about that at the moment. Just kind of thinking about me. Um, I remember learning about FDR in freshman history class. Um, oh, now I'm outnumbered. You guys are all liberals, and I'm the only right winger here, I think. You guys are teaming up against me right now. And that's unfair. Yeah, I need some support in some way. I think FDR, is particularly during the World War, did what was needed for the nation to survive. I think the expansion of the federal bureaucracy was, it could have maybe been more temporary than it currently is, maybe. Um, but I just remember learning about him in history class. Um, so, um, yeah, like, and look, at the time, you can take a program like Social Security, and nowadays you can say it's not as necessary, but maybe back then it might have been, right, because nobody had any money. That was the problem. Nobody could afford a loaf of bread. Like um, people. So the country today is weak, right? We're worse off than we were a decade ago, for sure. I'd say, at least. Just imagine if tomorrow nobody could afford a loaf of bread at Walmart, even at Walmart. If everybody started going hungry, that's what was happening during the Depression, right? Nobody could afford the basic necessities, and FDR, with the alphabet soup agencies and all that, said, okay, there needs to be some kind of government intervention. You can agree or disagree with that, but there was a reality that nobody had enough money to afford uh, bread, or what's the cheap noodles. Um, the college students eat them. Ramen. Nobody could afford ramen. Nobody could afford anything. So now there's the counter argument to that, is that there's a personal responsibility with it. But the problem is with that is that if 90% of the population doesn't have that personal responsibility, it becomes a responsibility on 100% of the people. So we'll we'll debate this more at a later date. That's just my initial feedback with that. Um, so yeah, I just think he was in a tough situation. This was 100 years ago. At this point, pretty much. Um, okay, let's go to. Let's check out some of the other comments. Um, Trump admin, Bass admin. Okay, so we got to the FDR comment. Pam Bondi could be the F could be FDR if she led us to fight Iran and Israel. Well, I don't think we need to fight Iran. I don't think so. I said this the other night on the stream. President Trump met with Kim Jong Un in the first term. Um, we own the world. Let's be honest. The Chinese, that we saw the military commanders like uh, Kim, not Kim, Xi Jinping, purged like half the delegation of the military because there was risk of corrosion or cor- 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 corrosion, whatever that word is, of like being a traitor to the Chinese military, and so that might have set them back who knows how long, right? If that's regime change within the military itself, are they ready to try to take Taiwan in 8 months from now? I doubt it. So we're just going to have to continue monitoring that situation on the first island chain. But like back to it, dude, if life was on the line, Trump could meet with the Ayatollah tomorrow. He could get on a plane and have a meeting with the Ayatollah tomorrow morning. If the entire world depended on it, there would be a meeting in place. We would make it happen. Like what we're doing right now. What's happening in the Middle East, we are not negotiating with them. We have an ultimatum. You're going to give up enrichment 1,000%, or we're going to attack you. That's 99.9% of what I think is happening. Same thing. Hey, Mr. Supreme Leader, if we want to have a meeting with you tomorrow, you're going to wake up at this time. We'll meet you at the Tehran airport at this time, and we're going to chat with you. And you're going to do this, right? So I don't, just how powerful we are, I don't think we need to be doing this. So that's kind of my thing with that. I don't think we need to fight the Iranians. Now, if there is a case, if they do not give up nuclear enrichment, that could be a threat to us, in the sense that I mentioned this analogy on my show the other night. Think about it like the major conferences in college basketball. The United States, we're Kentucky, we're in the SEC, we're the top basketball program in the entire country. But let's say you have I don't know, like a Cincinnati or a Nevada or, I don't know, a mid-major team or conference like that wants to get into the Power 4 conferences, get in the SEC. Well, in geopolitics, the way to do that is through the nuclear bomb. Once you get the bomb, like North Korea, once they got the bomb, how many times have we ever talked about trying to attempt regime change in North Korea on the show? Never. How many times have we talked about regime change in India or Pakistan or France or the United Kingdom, right? So once you have the bomb, it's a security blanket up to a point. Up to a point, I say that for real. So there is an advantage of wanting to prevent them from joining the major conferences. So if I think it's fine if we say, hey, no more enrichment. I'm totally okay with that. It's about the other stuff. Outside of that, they do not threaten the United States. They threaten Israel. And Israel is not the United States, and they are not our problem. Sorry. Yeah, it's not our deal. They can, if they want to take down the Persians themselves, that's their prerogative, that's their desire, do it, try it. But we should not have Americans at risk for that. So that's just kind of my spiel with the Iranians. But I also don't think that, like, we're not going to attack. Like, we're definitely going to do something with all of this buildup in the Persian Gulf. So, I think any night now, there might be an emergency live stream to where we're going to be chatting again. Maybe it's tomorrow late at night. Maybe it's Thursday night. Maybe it's Friday. But in the next 5 days, probably something's going to happen. So just keep an eye on that. Okay, I need to go back out to the comments because I talked so long about Iran. I need to read some of the other comments. Um, I pulled myself up from my bootstraps when my disability kicked in, which was unfortunate to rely on the state. But my landlord drank and beat me as a child. Oh. Okay, that's going to be the pinned comment, but that's not a great comment, though. See, would croak and China goes away forever when India takes over for cheap. Taiwan will be taken in 2028. Faux show. America first. I can't believe your roommate doesn't like FDR. Well, I didn't say he doesn't like him. It's just he's much more anti-government than me, I should say. Anti-government expansion, maybe. Shotgun Baby says, Democrats up the slate. Swifter says, I will be up with you. This is, Bravely Bold says, this is killing me. Hog Road Drag, please, please. That's pretty funny. And we're still at a good crowd, guys. We're still at 31 strong, so we're going to keep it going for a little bit longer at least. I will say I stand for these vertical streams, so we're over 3.5 hours now since I've sat down. But nothing will stop me from giving you the truth and preserving our lifestyle. But let's see. All right, so what is the audio okay? Like, are you guys able to hear me okay? Like, should I adjust the volume at all? Should I change anything? Please let me know because we're going again tomorrow. We'll be back. So, I'm with you. So, yes, we can hear you. Great. Okay, wonderful. I can't wait until I get to the point to where I can start getting super chats and start reading y'all's super chat comments. We're nearing there. Yeah, we're getting the watch time up in real time. Or at least as of here, let's check. Yeah, 344 subscribers. So we've gained 3 since we started tonight, and we're still going. So we are. Yeah, we're still going strong, and we're just only going to keep going and going and going at this rate. So, Bravely Bold says, "Super chat. I'm not paying for your rent." Yeah. Um, well, you don't have to pay for. Just buy me a coffee. That's all I'm asking for. Just buy me a coffee. Just give me $3 so I can buy a coffee at crappy the crappy liquor store across the corner. Okay, one moment. I'm having another beverage of water. Okay. Excuse me. You owe me for the Wii game and Wipeout Blow Pop. I bet he's an Indian. Yeah, he It's an Indian family that owns the corner store. So, okay. Um, all right, great. There we go. Okay, great. I got a couple comments on. So, okay, if um, again, I'm thinking about, I, I'd say let's do a 5 minute countdown or something. Because I need a yeah. If we're going to do this again tomorrow, I can't be going 4 hours tonight. I'll go 4 hours tomorrow, but tonight I'm gonna have to get to sleep, and then I don't even know how I'm going to edit this. I've never had a stream go for this long, so um, we'll figure it out. But I'll probably be back with you in the morning to do a recap of it. We'll walk around the Capitol, the Supreme Court building, all that good jazz again, and make it happen. So, okay, at Bravely Bold says, please, please. All right, so does anyone else have any last second questions about the address or maybe future political implications, consequences of this address, or anything like that? Um, would be happy to field those for now, but also for now, probably going to need to head towards the sack. Um, but we'll make something happen. But tomorrow, okay, so here I'm just going to, unless there's someone comments here in the next couple seconds, I will wrap it up at this moment. So, a little recap of the night. We discussed the President's State of the Union address, watched it live, did a live reaction to President Trump's address. In a true America First perspective, as well, we touched up on what we're going to be talking about tomorrow evening, the Texas primaries that will be coming up a week from yesterday, 6 days from now, in Texas, the Lone Star State, um, particularly the Texas GOP Senate primary, as well with the Democratic Senate primary. Uh, so we'll be discussing those tomorrow with my pal Nathan. Um, we'll probably maybe be back with you in the morning. We'll check it out. Um, and we'll maybe do a little recap before we hop into the show tomorrow. But I still got to build stuff for tomorrow, so I do need to end it here, everybody. However, I do appreciate your support. If you're just now joining the stream or have been listening, please leave the video a like, subscribe to the channel. That's the best way you can support me and my work early on, as I hope to integrate you into the Awoken, which is a true political community that cares, values the truth deeply, and wants to put America first. That's the motto, the name of the game for the channel. Okay, everybody. Well, with that, you'll want to maybe catch us in the morning for a live stream. But if not, you'll see us here at 8:15 p.m. tomorrow night for Texas primary coverage. So, all right, everybody. You have been Awoken with Aulden. Much love, everybody. Good night. We will catch you, I guess, later today at this point. So, all right, much love. We'll see you soon. Here, I need a... oh, shoot. I'm not sure how to connect it out, but... All right, everybody. Much love. Good night. And you have been Awoken.